Undoing. There's so many ways that one can deal with a breakup, whether that's a breakup of a romantic relationship, a friendship, a marriage, a spouse, romantic partnership. But actually doing something so tactile as dissembling the clothing that one worn on a wedding day, it is just beautifully poetic and cathartic just to watch. And that's what's great, is that there's very little speech in this piece and there's very little needed, because just watching the action unfold of the stitching and the cutting and the assemble and disassemble of it all really just speaks volumes into itself. And you can feel yourself almost being undone in a very therapeutic and positive way.
And Undoing, I really, really, really enjoyed this. I thought that this was really, really creative and really, really a cathartic process, and had to be so emotional and so healing, and just such an interesting concept and an interesting way to kind of try and deal with something, to take a marriage, especially one that you've been in for so long, you've been in for 20 years, and to physically undo the clothes that the two of you wore when you kind of made those vows to each other the 20 years previously, and to start the project on your anniversary is just insanely huge. And so it was obviously such an intentional choice, but I've never heard of anything like that before. And I think that especially when you're ending a relationship that it was so long and you clearly have so many things to process with the final message at the very end, to physically kind of undo the clothes that you wore that day had to be so healing. And like I said, I thought it was such a creative idea and such a creative concept, and had such a powerful message, especially with the choice to have basically no sound. Like you could hear like a little bit and like just kind of like the ambient noise, but besides that, like I thought it was so, like, it to me it kind of made it profound, and I really, really, really enjoyed it.
And Undoing is a short film that in itself becomes an art installation. We get to follow this woman. She is going through divorce and healing from this experience that you find is tied to domestic violence. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. What a better time for this film to be showcased and have a spotlight on the community. And we get to see her simply take the seams of her wedding attire completely apart and count literally even by the thread of the amount of actual tangible fabrics that enter the equation. They break it down by the exact pieces, thread count, the time it took to take it apart, and then it sort of, has you sit here and have the sound healing experience as the film is occurring. So even though you're watching this moment occur, it's sort of bringing this sense of peace that you might resist at first. Not everybody can be prone to listening to sound baths and that sort of atmosphere, but once you let it embrace you and really take it in, you're really coming to terms and coming to peace with what this person may be going through. And what a way to honor an anniversary and bring it new meaning and your own you're finding your own alignment within your heartbreak.
This film is called An Undoing. Wow, this is a startling, brilliant short. Its message is so powerful. A woman deconstructs her and her ex-husband's wedding attire as a way to deal with her horrible marriage. She was obviously psychologically abused. It was a clever filmic choice to speed up her seam-ripping movements faster and faster. To me, the speed demonstrates the increase in her desperation during her marriage, resulting in its eventual end. The fact that it spanned almost 2 days of footage was incredible, showing her amazing focus on the deed. I thought it was helpful to show the domestic hotline at the end, to encourage hurting people to report. The happy wedding pics at the beginning made the shots of the severed outfits all the more moving. The endless, dreadful clanging was an effective choice that ended when she was done. Brilliant, memorable piece. Well done.